Hello and welcome to day 7 of this project where I'm getting the lead out. Once more, I haven't painted many minis to completion, but that's because I've been working on a lot of different minis at the same time and painting parts of them instead of just concentrating on a few. But I have 3 finished, and 2 of them I like and the 3rd I don't. First we have the 2 ladies here who have a lot of purple on them. Purple is a difficult color to paint. That's also another reason it took time. I'm never quite sure how to highlight purple. I try something new every time. This time, maybe it worked okay. But as I said, these 2 minis I consider reasonably well painted, considering the time I put into them and the scale they're at. However, this guy, oh god, never let it be said that I hide my mistakes from people. I'm gonna show you this just to show you that, you know, I don't always succeed. This, I don't know, the sculpt was fighting me. I just couldn't make it happen, and that made me impatient, and that only worsened the problem. So the lesson I drew from this was that if a miniature is difficult to paint, if it's unclear what the detail actually is supposed to be, you're not going to solve this by rushing the job and painting sloppily. You probably need to be even more careful instead. Anyway, this guy, he looks okay at arm's length, so he's still usable as a gaming piece, I suppose. It's just that if you zoom in close, he looks absolutely horrible. But you win some, you lose some. Let's look at some more stuff. So the main reason I've not been super fast is I've been working on a lot of miniatures at once. All of these guys, and I've been doing the skin tones on all of them at the same time to save, yeah. And I was trying to cut corners. Here's the thing, I was trying to take a shortcut, and that ended up, well, to make a long story short, I had to redo everything, and it ended up taking more time instead of less time. So yeah, don't go for shortcuts, guys. It leads to taking the long way around. But anyway, now they're sort of on track. Oh, and I've still got this little girl to do. I've finished the rider here, actually. It's just the unicorn itself left to do. And by the way, I don't know if you can tell, but let's see where the focus is. The detail on this, the dress on this girl is extremely fine. She's really, really small. Strange thing is that makes it harder to pick out. I mean, because if you, it's really hard to follow those lines with a paintbrush, and if you try to take the easy way out and do a wash, even a shade wash doesn't actually find all those little crevices because they are so tiny and so small, and it just covers the entire surface instead. So yeah, there's no shortcuts there either. These guys, I have painted the dirt on the base. The trolls themselves is just, you know, just primed, but they're next up. I primed 3 more guys here: the wizard, swordswoman, and the bard. And here we can see some guys, the dwarf, the other wizard, and the aerial servant. I said at the beginning of this project I wouldn't do extra bases on the minis, but for these I had to make an exception because their integral bases were just too thin and wobbly and unsteady. So I put them on other bases and textured them a bit. So moving forward, yeah. I guess it's time for me to show you some more upcoming minis again. And I'm starting to get into the officially Advanced Dungeons & Dragons licensed minis from Valpartha. They had the license from TSR, and by the illustration style, if you can't tell, these were the days of 2nd edition AD&D. There's a copyright notice on the back from 1988. Now these 2 blisters are 3 minis in each. There's like 3 wizards here and 3 elves in this one. And they are the ones I have that represent the sort of first wave of these licensed minis, where they didn't actually produce any new minis, any specific D&D minis. They just took some stuff from their old range, Valpartha I'm talking about now, and just repackaged them and put them in, put them in the branded blisters. Later I'll get into the minis they started making after the production was in full swing, so to speak. But we'll start out with these ones. And finally, for the question of the day, day 7, that guy story time. Well, I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank here. I got nothing. I don't have any especially funny stories that I can think of right now, and yeah, I could talk about some cringeworthy stories, but I don't want to point the finger at any people. That would just be mean. So, no story today. But, oh yeah, next day's question is definitely going to get answered. And there will, of course, be even more painting progress tomorrow. So, join me then. See you later.